Has anyone ever taught you how to 3D print a liquid? So we are going to today. Let's see how I sliced it. All right, guys, let's start. In here, we have two different parts of the same model or the same file. And those are from the Valentine's Day drop from Netflix. So if you want to check it out, the link is on the description. So I have some tips for you actually about this model. But let's first see my standard settings. We have in here a highly detailed model, a decorative model. So as always, if you are seeing those videos, this series of videos, of tutorials, you already know, I prefer to reduce the layer height when I have a print that needs to be beautiful to look good. Okay, so I'm going to 0.16 and I was trying something to teach you. So let's see first in here, 3 perimeters, that's fine, 7 top layers and 5 bottom layers. Those settings maybe are different from the description at the platform. It's because those are my settings, okay? There are a lot of people in Netflix printing, so sometimes there is some changes, okay? But you don't worry. If you are seeing this tutorial, follow me. Before I show you my secret setting or the setting that I'm trying, we actually have to pay attention in other aspect from our print, and that is the seam, okay? So I'm going to click in here. We have 2 files, but I think all the settings that I'm going to use in here work for both of them, okay? But let's start in here. Let's start in seam painting. And now I can look at the points that I want to hide this seam. We can choose between put the seam in those corners, but they are going to be in the front of the model, or we can hide them between those splash seams in here, okay? I don't know what you guys prefer, but I do recommend these 2 options. Just for an example, you can print like this, and then the seam is going to be right in the section between the smooth part and then the splash part, okay? But I'm not going with this. You can do this if you prefer, but I'm going like in the back part. I always prefer this. So for example, something like this in here. Let's painting. After that, tell me in the comments if you prefer to see this part of the tutorial faster or with me in the real time. I want to know. But let's put some in here. We can make advantage of this. Oh, oops. In here as well. We have to be careful. And then in here, look. This is just because I don't want the seam in the face of the character, for example. Because you have to consider, in some parts that are separate, for example, in here, they work as towers, for example. So we have seam in this part, we have a seam in here, we have a seam in here. So I don't need to paint everyone. I just need to paint the part that is related to the face. So if I put the seam in here, it's not going to be in the front, okay? So let's continue in here. You are going to understand. I think it's better to go right here. And then we have all this section right here. Oh, we have to look for the right spots for doing it. Let me see if I have vision. The vision is pretty clear in here. And also here. Okay. Now we can go on and keep going like this. Since I'm having so much trouble to paint it, people are going to have trouble to look at the seam. So I think it's going to work, okay? At this point, I think we already are free at the face. Do you guys agree? I think it's the same height, for example, and then the software can choose. And I'm also going to put in the print settings, layers and perimeters, the seam position. I'm going to change for here. So in every part that I didn't paint, it's going to be at the rear, in the back part of the model. Okay, I'm going to show you the first slice before I show you the setting that I want you to change. All right, guys, let's show the seams in here to you. And now they are all on the back part. Okay, we don't have any seam showing at the front of the model, and that's work just fine for me. That's the way that I prefer always. Okay, so I think it's okay if you want to follow the same pattern. You just need to do just as I did. Okay, and now I want you to pay attention in some points. Since these are a liquid statics on this model, we do have some little parts like this in here, for example, this section, and then, for example, like this, and here we have also, and those are no critical parts, but fragile parts of our model. And even when our printing, we have trouble with the nozzle changing those parts, and also before it's done, it may look like it's fragile. People need to be careful with this piece. If hit on the ground or it fall off, we have some issues in here to keep this print safe. So there's something that we can do to make it a little bit stronger, not so much, but a little bit, and any help that we can have, it's good. So let's see in print settings. At the infill, we have this option in here, which is the solid infill threshold area, which is gonna do this. Let's see. And now look at this. We had a hole in here, but now the software identified that we have a area is smaller than 10 square millimeters. So the software is going to make this part solid. So this is going to make those tips and those regions stronger, even while the print is going on. And after, when the print is done, we have this solid region. I put just 10 millimeters. If you want to increase the strength on your print, you can just increase this value, okay? If you put in here like 15 square millimeters or 20, for example, this software is going to make solid every area is smaller than this. So it's going to make solid more parts because we have more parts that are bigger. Okay, so let's show you how it's going to work now in 20 millimeters, square millimeters. And now, guys, we have the solid parts in bigger regions in the model. Look, in here, probably we have a area bigger than 20 square millimeters, and then it's going to be smaller. And here it starts to be solid right now. And now it starts to be solid. Okay, so that's what this setting does, and it's going to be useful in this kind of situations. Okay, so I recommend you to use in this kind in here, in this model. You just need to pay attention in how much you are going to go in this. I recommend you just 10. It's going to be fine. If you want to be safer and put more solid parts on your print, it's just you just need to increase this value. All right, guys, I hope you tried out this model. You can check on the description, and see you in the next one. I hope you guys enjoy it. Those slicing videos are an initiative from STL Academy, which is the educational project from STLFlix. So if you guys want to learn more about 3D printing, you could check our description and look at STL Academy courses. And don't forget, see you guys at the next slicing.